take their seats on the dais. Please bear with us for the delay.
ഫേസ് മറിക്കില്ലേ ഫേസ് മറിക്കില്ലേ
Hari Om everyone. I'm Sandhya and this is Vishakha. We are from the School of Linguistics and Literary Studies at Chinmaya University. We will be the MCs for the day. Namaste. I request the dignitaries to kindly take the seat on the dais. Some of the guests will be joining with us shortly. Due to the rain, there's been some delay. There's a lot of traffic, so we appreciate your patience in that regard. Nevertheless, we'll start. The Education Department of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, which offers 4-year integrated B.Ed programs, Mathematics and English, in association with Sangamagrama Madhava Ganitha Kendram, takes privilege in hosting the national event Madhava Ganitha Puraskar, award ceremony which is conferred on Dr. V. Madhukar Mallayya, Professor and Head of Department of Mathematics, Science and Humanities in Mohandas College of Engineering and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. And also Dr. Sreeram Chauthaiwale, Chairperson, Focus Group Committee, Mathematics, NCERT, both of whom are dedicated academicians and Vedic mathematics experts.
A brief note about Madhava Ganitha Puraskar. Sangamagrama Madhava was the pioneer in Kerala School of Mathematics who developed the infinite series and many more advanced mathematical concepts and astronomical tables along with Guru Shishya Parampara. Sangamagrama Madhava Ganitha Kendram was established in 2011 to promote Indian mathematics and do research with special focus on Kerala mathematics. It organizes regular workshops, seminars to promote Vedic mathematics among new generation and recognizes and honors researchers and academicians who work in the field of Indian mathematics. Every year, they confer an award titled Madhava Ganitha Puraskar to mathematicians for excellence and contributions in the field of Vedic mathematics. The last 2 years' awardees are Dr. V. Madhukar Mallayya and Dr. Sreeram Chauthaiwale, who are being honored today.
I invite each and every one of you to this special occasion. On the dais, right now we have with us Professor Ajay Kapoor, Vice-Chancellor, Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. We have with us Sreeram Chauthaiwale, Chairperson, Curriculum Focus Group Mathematics, NCERT. And we have with us Swami Sharadananda ji. So I think we'll begin, and to give it an auspicious beginning, I request Prabhavati ji, Assistant Professor, School of Kala Yoga, to render the prayer. Meanwhile, we'll also light the lamp, so I request the dignitaries to kindly come forward for that. Thank you.
दीपज्योतिर्परं ज्योति दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं करोतु कल्याणं आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदः द्वेषबुद्धिविनाशाय आत्मज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते द्वेषबुद्धिविनाशाय आत्मज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते।
I would request the dignitaries to take their seats on the dais. With this auspicious beginning, now I invite Dr. Prabhavati ji for the prayer. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। Thank you, Prabhavati ji. Now, I would request Dr. Pramod Dinakar, Head of the School of Ethics, Governance, Culture and Social Systems, to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Hari Om. Greetings from Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, deemed to be university. So, we are actually beginning one of the most prestigious events that the School of Ethics, Governance, Culture and Social Systems here at the School of EGCS at the Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth is ever organized, the Madhava Ganitha Puraskar ceremony. So, one or two words about the department and the school. The School of Ethics, Governance, Culture and Social Systems in Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth hosts three different departments: the Department of Education, the Department of Public Policy and Governance and Department of Legal Studies. This is the department which offers the only integrated B.Ed program, BA B.Ed English and BSc B.Ed Mathematics in Kerala as of now. So this department which hosts the BSc B.Ed Mathematics takes privilege in hosting this mathematics event. So without any more further introduction, let me directly come to my task of welcoming you all to this gathering. So we have Pujya Swami Sharadananda, who is the Acharya of Chinmaya International Foundation, to give us the benedictory address. On behalf of all those who have assembled here, welcome you to this gathering, Swamiji. We have here as the guest of honor Professor Dr. Ajay Kapoor, who is the Vice-Chancellor of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, who is taking leadership in a lot of activities that is happening in the campus in the recent days. So I, on behalf of all of us, welcome you to this gathering, sir. So we do have two eminent personalities who will be giving the keynote address and the presidential address. They are a bit late because of the traffic. They will be joining us soon. I welcome Dr. Prasad Krishna, Director, NIT Calicut, and Shri A. Vinod, Member, National Education Committee for Minorities, to this gathering in their absence. We had a session in the morning by one of the awardees of this Madhava Ganitha Puraskar, Dr. Sreeram Chauthaiwale, Chairperson, Curriculum Focus Group, Mathematics from NCERT, New Delhi. So we had a wonderful session in the morning. I welcome you to this gathering, sir. We also have another awardee, Dr. Madhukar Mallayya, who is the Professor and Head of Department of Mathematics, Science and Humanities at the Mohandas College of Engineering and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram, who is one of the awardees. I welcome him in his absence. He is also traveling with the team that is coming. They will be here in just 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah. We had two prodigies, Nandita and Nivedita, who had actually enthralled us with their wonderful sessions. We know about them as YouTubers and propagators of Vedic mathematics. I welcome them to this gathering also, Nandita and Nivedita. We are proud to have you here. And we do have in the gathering Dr. VPN Nambudiri, President Madhava Ganitha Kendram. I welcome you, sir, to this gathering. We also have Dr. N.C. Induchudan, State President of the Vidyabhyasa Vikasa Kendram, which is undertaking a lot of initiatives in the last 2 or 3 years in the Kerala educational scenario. I welcome you, sir, also. And we have a lot of functionaries from the Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth family. The Dean Academics, Professor Dr. Srivalsakumar, sir, is here. The Registrar, Dr. Rahul Sharma, sir, is here. The Controller of Examinations, Thambiji, is here. And I can see a lot of heads of schools of CVV here, then faculty members of CVV, then administrative heads of various departments of CVV are here. So I welcome all of you to this gathering. Then we have invited guests from the Madhava Ganitha Kendram and the Vidyabhyasa Vikasa Kendram who are here. So I welcome you all to this gathering. Then we have delegates who have come from lots of schools and colleges across Kerala for this gathering and for the event that was held in the morning, and for this particular gathering, I invite you all here. Then we have the faculties and staff of CVV who are here, and of course the students of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, without whom nothing is possible. So I invite you all to this gathering, and I invite all those who are directly or indirectly associated with this program and welcome you all. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Pramodji. Now I would like to invite Swami Sharadananda Saraswati Acharya of Chinmaya International Foundation for his blessings and benedictory address. Swamiji.
एकाच मे तिस्रश्च मे पञ्च च मे सप्त च मे नव च मे एकादश च मे त्रयोदश च मे पञ्चदश च मे सप्त Saptadashachama Navadashachama Eka Vigumsatischa me Trayo Vigumsatischa me Panja Vigumsatischa me Sapta Vigumsatischa me Nava Vigumsatischa me Ekatrigumsascha me Trayastrigumsascha me Chatasrascha me Shtaucha me Dwadashacha me Shodashacha me Vigumsatischa me Chatur Vigumsatischa me Shta Vigumsatischa me Dvatrigumsascha me Shattrigumsascha me Chatvarigumsascha me Chaduschatvarigumsascha me Shta Chatvarigumsascha me Vajascha Prasavascha Pijascha Kratuscha Sruvascha Murdha Cha Vishniyascha Antyascha Bhuvanascha Bhuvanascha Adhipatischa. Hari Om Namaste to all. What we have just heard is a prayer from Yajurveda. Our culture is very much a culture of mathematics. We call it kramaha. In this universe, there is a krama, there is a rhythm, and we are all supposed to live in accordance with the krama, known as anukramaha. And when we live with that rhythm, our life becomes a beautiful experience. We are blessed, the society is blessed, the entire universe is blessed. But when we live in opposition to the rhythm of the universe, then it becomes atikrama. Atikrama is akrama. So even in our language, akrama means, generally we understand akrama means calamities or problems. Actually the meaning is, it is not in a krama. The beauty is lost. Krama is lost, the beauty is lost, the life is lost. And our culture teaches us to live a life in accordance with the krama, anukrama, and also to go beyond the krama. That is known as parakrama. We use all these words in our language, parakrama, atikrama, akrama, etc. But sometimes we just use it as just a word without actually understanding the mathematical connection. I am not here to give you a lecture, therefore there are a lot of great wise men are here. I just want to bring your attention that how much mathematics is part and parcel of our life, especially in India. We are the ones actually, the Veda, what I said was, what chanted, the mantra is from Veda itself. And in Veda, there's one part, or Vedic science, there's a part known as Shulba Sutra. Shulba Sutra is the base of this entire Bija Ganitha, whether it is trigonometry, Bija Ganitha, how to make the Yaga, Yajna, Yagashala, Yajnashala. For that, they developed this entire knowledge of, it's actually a mathematical science, and that is the base, that is the foundation of our culture. The Ganitham is the foundation of our culture. So that is Jyotisham Ayanam Chakshuhu. That is the Chakshus. That is the eyes which actually leads us through the right path. So I'm so happy that, slowly our consciousness is slowly coming back to our own land, understanding the great Mahatmas who lived here. Whether it is Aryabhatta, whether it is, all those great Mahatmas who lived here. And Keralam, our land, especially, is one of the best place where we can actually, see the skies in very clear, and there are lots of, the Jyotisham is as a science which actually lives in Kerala still. So this is a blessed land, and we are slowly recognizing our great acharyas who lived here, understood the laws of the nature and the krama by which we are all supposed to live. So I see Ganitam as a philosophy more than just some sums of numbers. It's a great philosophy which actually leads us to the parakrama, to go beyond. So I'm very happy to host that Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth is hosting this program and giving lot of inspiration for the younger generation to understand, to go to the roots and then understand, find out our great values, our own wisdom which is there as though apparently covered, but I'm sure so many youngsters with the guidance of such great wise men will be able to really understand, imbibe these values and live. So my prayers and wishes invoke Bhagavan's Adi Shankaracharya's grace and blessings and all of the students and the Madhava Ganitha Puraskar, Madhava Ganitha Kendram and also Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji, for blessing this event with your grace and benediction. So I would also like to welcome Dr. Prasad Krishna and Vinodji to the event. Welcome, sir. So now we will move on towards felicitation. Today on this occasion, we have two young guests, Nandita and Nivedita. They are the young YouTubers noted for their contribution in propagating Vedic mathematics. Today morning, we had a very lively discussion presentation by them on Vedic maths. Nandita is a class 12 student and Nivedita is a class 8 student from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Kottayam. During the pandemic, they had begun online Vedic classes through Skype. Eventually, with the demand of the participants, more such sessions were conducted. They had asked the participants to donate towards the CM or PM's Distress Relief Fund and subsequently were noticed by CBSE Chairperson Ms. Anita Karwal, IAS. On 3rd May 2021, they had started their YouTube channel, Maths Made Easy by Nandita and Nivedita. With their increasing popularity, they were also invited to present a paper in the International Conference on Vedic Mathematics hosted by Institute of Advancement in Vedic Mathematics, UK. They had also presented their ideas in National Conference on Mathematical Education organized by NCERT and Regional Institute of Education, Mysore. They were also bestowed with the chance of interacting with Honourable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji as they participated in Pariksha Pe Charcha in 2022. To felicitate these young talents, we have with us Dr. Rahul Sharma, Registrar of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. Rahul Sharma has a PhD in law. During his career spanning over 2 decades, he has excelled in various academic and administrative positions in institutions of higher learning. He has served as registrar in various universities before joining CVV. I now invite Rahul ji to felicitate and encourage these young YouTubers. Sir, please. Nandita and Nivedita. Could you please come onto the stage? A big round of applause for Nandita and Nivedita.
Thank you. And I would kindly request Rahul ji to stay back to felicitate the winners of essay writing and video making competitions. They were held as part of Mathematics Day celebration by Madhava Ganitha Kendram. I now call upon the winners of the essay writing competition, Anagha Nair, Devapriya Liju, Anand T.A., Ashwin Anand Giridhar, Janaki A. Menon, Devika Haridas, Ardra Rupesh. They are from St. John's, JSHS. Can I request the winners? I'll also announce the winners of the video making competition. They are Vaiga T.S., Vyasa Vidyaniketan, and Krishnendu G, SGT, Saraswati Vidyaniketan. I request them also to kindly come up on the stage. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Thank you so much, Rahul ji, and best wishes to all the award winners. Our dignitaries are with us, so I extend my welcome to Mr. A. Vinod, Dr. Prasad Krishna, and Dr. V. Madhukar Mallayya. Thank you so much for joining with us.
Now, I would like to call upon A. Vinod, Member, National Education Committee for Minorities, Government of India, for the Presidential Address. Vinod ji is a high school teacher in Karuvakunda Government High School. He has been working in the field of education for more than 30 years. He has presented papers in national and international conferences. He is the author of the book titled Sangamagrama Madhava in Malayalam. He is also the trustee of Bhasha Manch, and he is the joint secretary for central government's Shiksha Samskriti Uttan Nyas. I request Vinodji to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Harihi Om Tat Sat. നാം ഇന്ന് ഒരു ത്രിവേണി സംഗമത്തിലാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. ഭാരതത്തെ, കേരളത്തെ ലോക ഭൂപടത്തിലേക്ക് ഉയർത്തിയ ആദിശങ്കരാചാര്യരുടെ ജന്മം കൊണ്ട് പവിത്രമായ ഭൂമിയാണിത്. ആ ആദിശങ്കര ഭൂമി അന്യം നിന്ന സമയത്ത് അതിനെ വീണ്ടും പ്രോജ്വലമാക്കിയ ഭാരതീയ ചിന്തയെ ലോകത്ത് മുഴുവൻ എത്തിച്ച ഗീതാചാര്യൻ ചിന്മയാനന്ദ്ജിയുടെ സ്വപ്ന സാക്ഷാത്കാരത്തിൻ്റെ കേന്ദ്രമാണ് ചിന്മയ ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ സെൻറ്റർ. ഇന്ന് ചിന്മയ ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ സെൻറ്റർ ഒരു വിശ്വവിദ്യാപീഠമാണ്. ആ ഗംഗയുടെ കൂടെ കേരളത്തിലെ ഹയർ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ മേഖലയിൽ, പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും ടെക്നിക്കൽ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ മേഖലയിൽ ഏറ്റവും പാരമ്പര്യമുള്ള, ഒരു കാലത്ത് RIC റീജിയണൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജും ഇന്ന് നാഷണൽ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഓഫ് ടെക്നോളജി NIT കാലിക്കറ്റ് എന്ന ഏറ്റവും പ്രശസ്തമായ സ്ഥാപനത്തെ ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ, പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും ഈ കേരള ഭൂപ്രദേശത്തിൻ്റെ ജ്ഞാനവിജ്ഞാനങ്ങളെ ആധുനിക വിദ്യാഭ്യാസത്തിൽ ഉൾച്ചേർത്തുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു കേന്ദ്രീയ തലത്തിൽ തന്നെ ശ്രദ്ധേയമായ നാഷണൽ നോളജ് സെൻറ്റർ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെട്ട കാലിക്കറ്റ് NITയുടെ ഡയറക്ടർ ഡോക്ടർ പ്രസാദ് കൃഷ്ണ സാറുടെ സാന്നിധ്യം, ആ സാന്നിധ്യത്തിലൂടെ ആ ദേശീയ സ്ഥാപനം എന്ന മറ്റൊരു സരസ്വതി, ഒപ്പം ഈ പരിവർത്തനത്തിൻ്റെ, സമാജത്തിലെ ചിന്തയുടെ ശക്തി സംഭരിച്ച മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രം, ഈ 3 ജ്ഞാനനദികളും ഇന്നിവിടെ സംഗമിക്കുകയാണ്. ആ സംഗമ മുഹൂർത്തത്തിലാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും. നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും ഭക്ഷണമൊക്കെ കഴിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ അല്ലേ? ഇന്ന് ഇവിടെ നടക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന ചടങ്ങ് കഴിഞ്ഞ 2 വർഷത്തെ, പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും കൊറോണ പ്രതിസന്ധി കാലം, ആ കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ഒരുമിച്ച് ചേർന്ന് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ചടങ്ങ് സംഘടിപ്പിക്കാനുണ്ടായ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് കാരണം ആ 2 വർഷത്തെയും പരിപാടി ഒരുമിച്ച് ഇന്ന് നടക്കുകയാണ്. ആ ചടങ്ങ് മാധവ ഗണിത പുരസ്കാര സമർപ്പണമാണ്. ഇതിൽ 4 വാക്കുകളുണ്ട്: മാധവൻ, ഗണിതം, പുരസ്കാരം, സമർപ്പണം. മാധവൻ എന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് 14-ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിൽ സമീപ പ്രദേശത്ത് ഇരിങ്ങാലക്കുടയിൽ ജീവിച്ചിരുന്ന, ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും പഠിക്കുന്ന പല ഗണിത തത്വങ്ങളും യൂറോപ്പിൽ 17-18 നൂറ്റാണ്ടുകൾ ആവിർഭവിക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് അതെല്ലാം കണ്ടെത്തി എഴുതി വച്ച് തൻ്റെ ഒരു ശിഷ്യ പരമ്പര ആരംഭിച്ച് 500 വർഷക്കാലത്തോളം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു 300 വർഷം അതിൻ്റെ പീക്കിൽ 1857 വരെ, ശങ്കരവർമ്മൻ്റെ കാലഘട്ടം വരെ ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാർ പൂർണ്ണമായും ഭാരതത്തിൽ അധിനിവേശം നടത്തി അധികാരം സ്ഥാപിക്കുന്നത് വരെയുള്ള കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ലോക ഗണിത ചരിത്രത്തെ നിയന്ത്രിച്ച അതിൻ്റെ ഉപജ്ഞാതാവായ മഹാ ആചാര്യനാണ് മാധവൻ അഥവാ സംഗമഗ്രാമ മാധവൻ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തന മേഖല ഗണിതമാണ്. ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ ഈ ഗണിത പാരമ്പര്യത്തെ വീണ്ടെടുക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനമായതുകൊണ്ട് സംഗമ മാധവ ഗണിതം. 2 മൂന്നാമത്തെ വാക്ക് പുരസ്കാരം. ഈ പരമ്പരയെ കാലത്തിൻ്റെ വെല്ലുവിളികളെ അതിജീവിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് പിടിച്ചു നിർത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അതിനെ കാറ്റും കോളുമുള്ള ഈ അന്തരീക്ഷത്തിൽ നിന്നും സംരക്ഷിച്ച, അതിനെ പ്രോജ്വലമാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ധാരാളം ആൾക്കാർ നമ്മുടെ സമാജത്തിലുണ്ട്, നമ്മുടെ സമൂഹത്തിലുണ്ട്. പ്രൊഫസർമാരായി, അധ്യാപകരായി, ഗവേഷകരായി, എഴുത്തുകാരായി. ആ പാരമ്പര്യത്തെ കണ്ടെത്തി അവരെ പുരസ്കാരം നൽകി ആദരിക്കുക. 2012 ലോകത്തിലെ ഗണിതകാരന്മാരിൽ എല്ലാ കാലത്തെയും അത്ഭുതമായി അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന ശ്രീനിവാസ രാമാനുജൻ്റെ 125ാമത് ജന്മവാർഷികമായിരുന്നു. ഭാരതത്തിലെ ഈ ഗണിതകാരനെ അംഗീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, അദ്ദേഹത്തെ പ്രശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ആദരവ് പ്രകടിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ലോക ഗണിത സമൂഹം ആ വർഷം അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര ഗണിത വർഷമായിട്ട്, ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ മാത്സ് ഇയർ ആയിട്ട് പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചു. ഭാരതത്തിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് വലിയ പ്രാധാന്യമൊന്നും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. ആ കാലഘട്ടത്തിലാണ് ഡൽഹി കേന്ദ്രീകരിച്ച് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന ശിക്ഷാ സംസ്കൃതി ഉദ്യാന്യാസ് ഭാരതത്തിലെ ഗണിതകാരന്മാരെ ജനങ്ങളിൽ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളിൽ എത്തിക്കാനുള്ള ശ്രമങ്ങൾക്ക് കൂടുതൽ ഊന്നൽ നൽകിയത്. ശ്രീനിവാസൻ്റെ രാമാനുജൻ്റെ ജന്മദിനം ആഘോഷിക്കുന്നതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ആധുനിക കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ വളരെയധികം പ്രയോജനമുള്ള ഭാരതീയ ഗണിത ശാഖയായിട്ടുള്ള വേദഗണിതത്തെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് സാധാരണ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് ഗണിതം മധുരമാക്കാൻ, മത്സര പരീക്ഷകളിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്നവർക്ക് ഗണിതം ലളിതമാക്കാൻ, ഗവേഷണ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് ഗണിതം ഒരു സത്യാന്വേഷണമാക്കാൻ, എല്ലാ രംഗത്തും ഭാരതീയമായ ഈ ഗണിതത്തെ പ്രോജ്വലമാക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനവും, ഒപ്പം തന്നെ ഈ രംഗത്ത് ലോകത്ത് സംഭാവന നൽകിയ ഗണിതകാരന്മാരെ തിരിച്ചറിയാനും അവരെ വീണ്ടും ജനമധ്യത്തിൽ അവതരിപ്പിക്കാനും വേണ്ടിയുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനം ആരംഭിച്ചു. അങ്ങനെയാണ് മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രം 2012 ഇരിങ്ങാലക്കുടയിൽ ആരംഭിച്ചത്. MG സർവകലാശാലയുടെ മുൻ വൈസ് ചാൻസലറായിരുന്ന A. സുകുമാരൻ സാറാണത് ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തത്. ആ വർഷം തന്നെ മാധവ ഗണിത പുരസ്കാരവും പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കപ്പെട്ടു. ഇത് 10ാമത് ഗണിത പുരസ്കാര ദാന ചടങ്ങാണ്. 10 പ്രമുഖ വ്യക്തികൾക്ക് ഈ പുരസ്കാരങ്ങൾ നൽകുകയുണ്ടായി. ഇന്ന് ഈ പുരസ്കാരം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങുന്നത് 2020-ലെയും 2021-ലെയും പുരസ്കാരം നൽകി നാം ആദരിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാരാണ്. അവരെ വിശദമായി പിന്നീട് പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തുന്നുണ്ടാവും. എങ്കിലും 2020 പുരസ്കാരം നൽകി മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രം ആദരിച്ചത് ഡോക്ടർ മധുകർ മല്ലയ്യ സാറെയാണ്. തിരുവനന്തപുരം സ്വദേശിയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം ജന്മം കൊണ്ട് എറണാകുളം സ്വദേശിയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ അധ്യാപന കാലഘട്ടം ബെസേലിയസ് കോളേജിലായിരുന്നു. പിന്നീട് മോഹൻദാസ് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിലും അദ്ദേഹം അധ്യാപകനായി പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നു. ഒപ്പം കേരളീയ ഗണിത പാരമ്പര്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് മാഞ്ചസ്റ്റർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി കേന്ദ്രീകരിച്ച് നടത്തിയ ഗവേഷണങ്ങൾക്ക് കേരളത്തിലെ ഒരു സപ്പോർട്ടിംഗ് റിസോഴ്സ് പേഴ്സണായിട്ട് നിരവധി കാലം അദ്ദേഹം പ്രവർത്തിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹവും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ജോർജ് ഗി വർഗീസ് ജോസഫ് സാറും ചേർന്ന് നടത്തിയ ഗവേഷണങ്ങളാണ് മാധവനെ ലോകത്ത് പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തിയത് നമുക്ക് അഭിമാനപൂർവ്വം പറയാം. അദ്ദേഹത്തെയാണ് 2020 പുരസ്കാരത്തിന് തിരഞ്ഞെടുത്തത്. അന്ന് കൊറോണ കാലമായിരുന്നു. 2021 ഈ പുരസ്കാരം നൽകിയത് ഡോക്ടർ ശ്രീറാം ചൗത്തേവാല എന്ന മഹൽ വ്യക്തിക്കാണ്. അദ്ദേഹം നാഗപ്പൂർ സ്വദേശിയാണ്, മഹാരാഷ്ട്രയിൽ. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഔദ്യോഗിക വിശ്രമ ജീവിതം നയിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലും ഭാരതത്തിലുടനീളം നടന്നുകൊണ്ട് ഭാരതീയ ഗണിതത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ എടുത്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ് കേൾക്കാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്കും സൗഭാഗ്യമുണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം. മാത്രമല്ല, ഭാരതത്തിൽ വരാൻ പോകുന്ന പുതിയ പാഠ്യപദ്ധതിയിൽ അറിയുമോ ഒരു പുതിയ ഒരു വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ പരിഷ്കാരം നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണെന്ന്? അറിയില്ല. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗയിൽ സമൂലമായ പരിവർത്തനം വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിൽ ഗണിത പഠനം എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കണം എന്നതിൻ്റെ കാര്യം ചിന്തിക്കുന്ന നാഷണൽ ഫോക്കസ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഓൺ മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സ് സ്റ്റഡീസ്, അതിൻ്റെ NCF നാഷണൽ കരിക്കുലം ഫ്രെയിംവർക്കിൻ്റെ ഈ മാത്തമാറ്റിക്സ് പഠനത്തിൻ്റെ ഫോക്കസ് ഗ്രൂപ്പിൻ്റെ ചെയർമാൻ കൂടിയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം. ഒപ്പം തന്നെ ശിക്ഷാ സംസ്കൃതി ഉദ്ധാന്യാസിൻ്റെ വേദഗണിത പ്രവർത്തനത്തിൻ്റെ ദേശീയ സംയോജകനാണ്. അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള രണ്ട് മഹൽ വ്യക്തികളാണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ കൂടെയുള്ളത്. ഞാൻ അധികം ദീർഘിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. നിങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ ഗണിത പാരമ്പര്യം ഉള്ളിൽ ആവാഹിക്കാനും ആദിശങ്കരനെ പോലെ ഈ ലോകത്തെ മുഴുവൻ ജയിച്ച് കീഴടക്കാൻ നമ്മുടെ പൈതൃകത്തെ സ്വീകരിക്കാനും അത് നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൻ്റെ ദൗത്യമാക്കാനും ഈ പരിപാടി പ്രേരണയാകട്ടെ എന്ന് മാത്രം ആശംസിക്കുകയാണ്. എനിക്കറിയാം ഈ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഒരു ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയാണ്. ഇവിടുത്തെ പല കാര്യങ്ങളും പൊതുവെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ മുഴുവൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലാണ് നടക്കാറ്. പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ ബോധപൂർവമാണ് മലയാളത്തിൽ സംസാരിച്ചത്. ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഷ, ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ സംസ്കൃതി, ഭാരതത്തിൻ്റെ ചിന്തകൾ, കലകൾ എല്ലാം സ്വാഭിമാനത്തോടു കൂടി അവതരിപ്പിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ശിക്ഷാ സംസ്കൃത ഉദ്ധാന്യാസിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തനം. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാനൊരു ഭാഷയ്ക്കും എതിരല്ലെങ്കിലും കേരളത്തിൽ മലയാളത്തിലും മറ്റ് സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിൽ ഹിന്ദിയിലും മാത്രമാണ് ഞാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞ നിരവധി വർഷമായിട്ട് സംസാരിക്കാറ്. അതിൽ ഇവിടുത്തെ വ്യവസ്ഥയ്ക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞോ അറിയാതെയോ അത് ലംഘിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇതിൻ്റെ സംഘാടകരോട് അത് പൊറുക്കണമെന്ന്, അത് ഗൗനിക്കരുത് എന്ന് അപേക്ഷിക്കുക കൂടി ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ നിർത്തുന്നതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ഒരു രണ്ട് നിർദ്ദേശം ഇവിടെ ഈ രണ്ട് സ്ഥാപനങ്ങളുടെ മുന്നിൽ വെക്കുകയാണ്. ശിക്ഷാ സംസ്കൃതി ഉദ്ധാന്യാസ് ഇന്ന് 25-ലധികം യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റികളുമായി ചേർന്ന് വേദഗണിതത്തിൻ്റെ സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് കോഴ്സുകളും ഡിപ്ലോമ കോഴ്സുകളും നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. NITക്ക് ഡിഗ്രി ഗ്രാൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള അധികാരമുണ്ട്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനുള്ള അർഹതയുള്ള സ്ഥാപനമാണ്. ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ഈ ചിന്മയ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഒരു ഡീംഡ് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയാണ്. ഭാരതീയ വിജ്ഞാനം, പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും യോഗ, മനഃശാസ്ത്രം, ഈ രംഗങ്ങളിൽ കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാർ വളരെ പ്രതീക്ഷയോടുകൂടിയാണ് ഈ സർവകലാശാലയുടെ അക്കാഡമിക് പ്രോഗ്രാമുകളെ കാണുന്നത്. അക്കൂട്ടത്തിൽ വേദഗണിത പ്രോഗ്രാമുകൾ കൂടി ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിലെ കുട്ടികൾക്കും പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും ഭാരതീയ വിജ്ഞാനം നുകരാൻ വരുന്നവർക്ക് ഈ രംഗത്തും നമ്മളുടെ പ്രോഗ്രാമുകൾ ഉണ്ടാകണമെന്നുള്ള ഒരു നിർദ്ദേശം കൂടി ഇവിടെ മുന്നിൽ വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ നിർത്തുന്നു. നമസ്കാരം.
താങ്ക് യു വിനോജി ഫോർ ദിസ് ഇൻസ്പിറേഷണൽ അഡ്രസ്. ഞാൻ അങ്ങ് മലയാളത്തിൽ സംസാരിച്ച് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് സന്തോഷം മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. മാതൃഭാഷ ഏവർക്കും പ്രിയങ്കരം തന്നെയാണ്. ആൻഡ് വി റെസ്പെക്ട് ദാറ്റ്. താങ്ക് യു. Our guest of honor today is Professor Ajay Kapoor. After completing his doctorate from Cambridge University, Professor Kapoor joined the academic field. He is a world-renowned researcher and has produced over 325 papers, 3 books, and several patents. His research work has won many prizes in the UK and Australia, and he is on the editorial board of many established journals. He has served as Pro-Vice-Chancellor at Swinburne University of Technology, Australia, and is currently serving as the Vice-Chancellor at Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, Kerala. I would request Professor Ajay Kapoor ji to felicitate our dignitaries on the dais with a token of gratitude and then address the gathering. Sir, if you could kindly provide a token of gratitude to all the dignitaries first, and then if you could just speak few words for us. Thank you. Sure, sir. So we can come behind then. Thank you so much. And if I may request everyone, can we just have a group photo just for the memories that we cherish later? And may I also request you to wear the shawl if possible. All this is for the cameras. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ajay ji, please, I welcome you once again.
Thank you, everybody. And I'll like this opportunity to welcome our esteemed guests who we can see sitting here on the dais. Welcome all the young students who I am so proud to see working in the area of maths and actually doing grateful things, big things. And we heard about some of those examples. I'm also grateful to my faculty and all other visitors who I can see sitting in the back and attending this function today. Lastly, all my colleagues who are helping us organize such big events. Okay, so thank you really, really very much. Now, I'll give you a couple of simple examples, like how and why I find this very useful. When I was young, like you all, I loved maths. I used to get highest marks in maths. I still feel very proud of it. I was very lucky to go to Cambridge University for my PhD after doing my engineering degrees in ITBHU. Now you will remember, Cambridge is very famous for who? Can some students tell me? That famous apple falling? Newton. Newton worked on many things, including calculus. Now we know that calculus before Newton did, somebody else had also done that. And that is the importance what we are seeing today here. Okay? So we should feel very proud that in India, we have people, and it's not one example, there are many, many examples like this, where Indian scientists have done great things which many other people did much later on. Unfortunately, for one reason or the other, some of those famous Indian names are not used much. Sometimes they are forgotten. This platform, and I'm really thankful for you all to actually do this work, is to make sure that it is acknowledged, it is not forgotten, and there are reasons for that. If we know that our own people have been doing this, our young people will also do similar great things. So that is how I feel very proud that your organization, Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth, with all my colleagues, with Binduji, Pramodji and all others, have worked so hard to make it successful. I really feel very honored, very blessed to be attending this session. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ajay ji, for addressing the gathering. And truly indeed, Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth takes pride in hosting this event. Now, we move on to the keynote address. We have with us Dr. Prasad Krishna, Director of National Institute of Technology, Calicut, for the keynote address. Professor Prasad Krishna is the recipient of the prestigious Kirloskar Gold Medal and Sir Vishweswaraya Memorial Prize from the University of Mysore for securing the first rank in BTech program in Mechanical Engineering from NIT Surathkal. He received his master's degree from IIT Madras and PhD from University of Michigan. Professor Prasad Krishna has more than 37 years of experience in a variety of sectors like automobile manufacturing, precision machine tool design and development, metal casting, space research, and teaching a variety of courses in the field of manufacturing, design, and material engineering. He has also served prestigious organizations like TVS Sundaram, DRDO, and ISRO. He has also been a member of the National Board of Accreditation. He has published more than 120 research articles and has been a recipient of several honors and awards for academic brilliance. We are honored to have you with us today, sir. I invite you to deliver the keynote address. Sir.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Professor Ajay Kapoor, the Honourable Vice-Chancellor of Chinmaya University, my good friend Sri Vinod, who is the Sahasamyojak of the Shiksha Samskriti Uthan Nyas, the awardees of the Madhava Ganitha Puraskaram for 2020, the great mathematician who has done yeoman service for taking this Madhava to the world of mathematics, Dr. Madhukar Mallayya ji, the awardee of this Madhava Ganitha Puraskaram for last year, 2021, another great mathematician from Nagpur, Dr. Sreeram Chauthaiwale ji, dignitaries in the audience, faculty, staff and students of this great university, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great honor and privilege for me to be part of this award ceremony. And I want to tell, I don't know how many of you are afraid of mathematics. Most of the time when students come to engineering, so you have 4 or 5 courses on mathematics. I'm sure Professor Ajay Kapoor will appreciate that. He was 100%, he scored in mathematics. Perhaps that is the reason he could get into Cambridge. But I don't know. If I ask you, if anybody is afraid of mathematics here, do you find it very difficult? One of the most difficult subject is mathematics. How many of you want to become computer engineers? Please raise your hands, because you are all attracted by these salaries of Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Somebody's great ambition in life to become an engineer in Microsoft, Google, and those Facebook, Twitter, and so on. How many of you are interested in becoming computer engineers? Please show your hands. Nobody. It is a good sign if nobody somebody raised. My dear friends, young friends, I want to tell you, if you want to be successful in anything, the only way is to be sharp in mathematics. Unfortunately, the way our curriculum in the school, it started with the early childhood education, the way it has been driven by the Western school of thought, unfortunately, some sort of phobia, maths phobia has crept in. This is the what you call the penalty we are paying. If you look at the history, the great mathematicians of this Arsha Bharat, if you look at the Indian knowledge system, not only in mathematics, in all fields of science, engineering, social science, whatever field, humanities, astronomy, astrophysics, metallurgy, you take any field, even in governance, economics, all fields of human endeavor, the Indians were the excellent. They were the torchbearers in any field, any sphere of activity. Even now, we are talking about how to deliver, what should be the taxonomy of this Benjamin Bloom. Even those things are all, if you really study, it's all copied from the Indian way of pedagogy. For some reason, the youngsters, this is why I am very committed to have a Center for Indian Knowledge System in our NIT Calicut. my first job after joining is to have a Center for Indian Knowledge System. I was really shocked. Youngsters like you rarely admire the great people of this country. We start with the Newton's laws, we learn the Pythagoras theorem, the Euclidean geometry, and we see Descartes, the calculus, Leibniz, Pascal's triangle, everything, the Fibonacci series, everything started from this great Bharat. And I don't know how many of us. In fact, I should thank Sri Vinod for introducing me to this Madhava Ganitha Kendram and the kind of service Uthan Nas is doing in the country, having several centers and telling the world, forget about the world, we don't know. Like, it is very shameful that Srinivasa Ramanujam should be honored by the universities in the UK or in the European Union. It is shameful to see that the countries from the European Union is coming to this small Sangamagrama to understand how Madhava could do such wonders in this mathematics, the infinite series, and how he could define much before all these people the differential calculus, the most complex equations. How could he do that? That is what I want you to tell. Do you know how could Srinivasa Ramanujam could do, and even now world does not know how far he has done on the number theory. It is a bandar of the abundance knowledge what Srinivasa Ramanujam, the world is yet to unravel, discover that. Do you know how it is possible? We don't have, today we have all this internet, the high resolution, atomic force microscope, you have high resolution instruments to investigate the nature even to subatomic level. How could they do these great, whether it is Bhaskara, Aryabhatta and all these great people, have you ever thought how could they do? How Madhava could be? Then I had, after Vinodhyas introduced me to this Madhava, the great mathematician, I took time to go and see his Gramam. I went to near this Iringalakuda, and it was because of Vinod, he arranged my trip to that, and then I went to that Illam, and some his descendants are staying, and I went to the Sri Krishna temple, where there is a belly pit where he will sit, he will lie down and observe the planetary positions. And he was a great, astrophysician. How he could do that? Even you think about how Srinivasa Ramanujam could do that. Friends, it is possible when the mind is like a laser beam, if our mind is focused, if we are in a contemplative state of mind, and if you are at a higher level of consciousness. Why do we do all these spiritual exercises? Why do we bother about spirituality, my dear friends? It is only to expand or elevate our consciousness to the higher level. At this stage, our consciousness is some level. If you look at the plant kingdom, it is at a lower level. If you go to the Achara, these particles, that is as a Sushupti state, that is another level of consciousness. If you want to define God, that is infinite consciousness. So that is where Ramanuja and Madhava, the secret is they could raise their consciousness to that level where they are in resonance with the vibrations of the nature, and the nature reveals itself to such contemplative mind. This is what. Can we be like Vivekananda, where he can just glance a book and he knows what is the content, maybe 300 pages or more. I want to tell you, friends, any one of us can be like Vivekananda, Madhava, or the great Srinivas Ramanuja or the great rishis, provided you go inward. Today, I don't know about this institute whether the mobile phones are allowed. See, the mobile phones, of course, thanks to Corona, mobile phone is everybody's friend. No teacher can say, don't bring mobile phone to the classroom today. So we have to thank that virus. Isn't it? Ajkal to nobody can say, you cannot bring them up. Because everything is in that. All presentations, their class notes, everything is there. So we should thank that virus, isn't it? Sab log kush ho gaya. No parents can tell, don't bring. The first thing the baby is born is they show the mobile phone, no? Cartoons, they feed the baby. Today parents, they don't have time. So parents show mobile phone given to the baby and then feed the baby. In our time, we go to some show, some crow, some bird, something, and then we feed the child. Child understands the nature. Observation, friends, that is important. Today we lost the power of observation. That is, if you want to become like Madhava, you should observe the nature. But if you are hooked on to this gadget day and night, you are looking at somebody else. Your thoughts will be hijacked by somebody else. You will never be an original. You have to be like this Newton, etc., who have stolen from the India. You can't be. Someday the truth will come to light, I am sure. A day will come that we will get back the original glory of this. We will get that Vishwaguru status. Because truth cannot be hidden. Somebody may do for a time period, but it will come back. So my dear friends, the only way is to don't keep your indriyas outward. Now all we are doing outward. I am concerned about how many hits I am getting if I post a message in Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp or Facebook. I think the inevitable, Or you are waiting at 11:59 p.m. and you see the mobile phone is inside the blanket, waiting to say happy birthday. If you don't do that, you miss a relationship. No boyfriend, no girlfriend. So much we are bothered. We don't want to sleep. We keep awake, keep this. And 11:59 comes this. Poor parents, they think they are studying. I am not joking. I don't undermine the importance of mobile phone. I am also having it. But please use it judiciously. I don't know how many of you know that mobile phone has a very harmful radiation effect. Don't believe me. I didn't tell this. You read the journals in medicine. The harmful effect of the mobile phone radiation. Today, we are not enough satisfied with 4G. 4G nahi, abhi 5G aa gaya, 6G aayega, 7G aayega. And more G, more harmful radiation, and your brain will be affected. You know 5G is affecting when it was introduced in the Scandinavian countries. Do you understand how many birds and animals were killed? And I want to tell you one experiment. You can all do that. Keep the Wi-Fi on in a room for sprouting moong dal. Moong dal, for sprouting. Namada cherubayre. Molappiche chalare kaikkum kalathe. Ille? Cherubayre molappiche. It's a salad. Somebody is very health conscious. They will prepare that. So, in one room you keep the Wi-Fi on and keep the moong dal for sprouting. Another room you go and always either you pray and say that let thy will prevail, let God's will, in a loving attitude, keep the moong dal for sprouting without Wi-Fi on in the mobile phone. And then you see the experiment. You can do at your home and find out. Look at the growth of that where there is Wi-Fi. and then you conclude whether it is good or not. Therefore, some people keep the mobile phone Wi-Fi on next to your pillow, which is the most harmful thing at your age. If you do, it is going to be very harmful and you will get into many diseases, I can tell you, including insomnia, digestion. You will have problem with your digestive system, imbalance in your hormone, and you will get into problem like no sleep. Today people are paying money to get sleep, isn't it? So don't get into that. My request to you is use it. You have to connect with your loved ones for your educational purposes, use it, but don't bring it to your bedroom, keep it away. And try to find a few minutes of silence in your life. There is a saying, God will listen to you only in absolute silence. If you want to talk to the Supreme, the only way is to have silence. You have to silence your senses and go inward, sit a few minutes of silence, you and your higher self. Then you can slowly bring your mind, which is your slave, and mind will become your master, and you can regulate it, you can focus it so that you can be a Vivekananda, Madhava or Ramanuja. So, my message to you is, we are always busy with others, what they are doing, what is happening, what is his message in WhatsApp and in all the media, social media. Okay, you also interfere, but how many of you have time for your own self? That is a question. Are you always busy with others or with your own self? Do you bother about what is inside your body? We are always bothered about the external. I put Armani suit, put all Kasturi, all this perfume like Hrithik Roshan. But what happened inside? Am I bothered about my inner bodies? What the Shastra says, the Sukshma Sharir, the subtle body, and the most important is the mind. People think, mind is my enemy. Oh my God, mind is like monkey, chanchal chit. I cannot, it is a flickering mind. I cannot bring it to control. No. If you find you are a slave of your mind, you can never be a good human being. Forget about getting degrees or anything. You can never be a great human being, nor you will be a successful in your personal or professional life. Therefore, what I have learned while I was studying in US also is to spend this few minutes. Then I increase that to half an hour to 1 hour. Today I meditate for 1 hour every day before I start my day. You need not do that. My dear friends, the point is, keep at least, you start with 10 minutes of silence. Just leave the thoughts like passing clouds. Just close your eyes. Think of the divine which is in your heart, not here. This is of no use. Your degrees, your everything, you have no use, my dear friends. Only the heart is important as per our Indian culture. Because inside, in the heart is the seat of divinity, Atman or soul. This is true for all religions. I am not talking about any religious or anything. For all of us, heart is the connecting point. Heart is the main connecting point if you want to elevate your consciousness. Nobody can bypass that. No rishis, no devas, nobody can do without meditation. If you see the picture of Lord Shiva, he is meditating. He is meditating on whom? Have you ever thought about that? Say Vishnu is a yoga nidra. Brahma is meditating for billions of years. Whom they are meditating? Whom the Lord Shiva, whom you are worshipping, is meditating upon. Have you ever thought about that? That is where, friends, when they are doing even the so-called Avatar Purush, we have to meditate, otherwise we cannot be like these mathematicians. And they meditated. If you look at the discoveries in science, whether it is Madame Curie, Albert Einstein you take, he was also meditated and found the theory of relativity. That also he took it from learned from our Shastras. Therefore, if you want to, there are no discoveries by accident. There are no discoveries in science by a systematic experimentation. Then you can challenge me. Any discovery, it is possible only by contemplation, reflection. A reflective mind, a contemplative mind, a meditative mind alone can, pierce through much higher than an atomic force microscope into the nature, into the subatomic level. And that is what our great rishis have told. That is how the Vedas have descended into the contemplative mind from the Supreme, and therefore it is an eternal truth. The Gita, everything has come like that. So I leave you with that message. Please spend a few minutes of silence with you and yourself, and I'm sure you will become highly focused in whatever you do, whether you play music or dance or you cook or you love somebody. That will be near perfection, because perfection is only in the Supreme. Wish you all the best once again. I am extremely grateful to the Chinmaya Mission, the functionaries, our Honourable Vice-Chancellor Prof. Ajay Kapoor, and my pranams to the great mathematician Madhukar Mallayya ji and Sreeram Chauthaiwale ji. And I want to invite them now itself. Please come to our campus NIT Calicut and address our students so that this passion in mathematics should continue. And my gratitude to Sri Vinod ji, because of him I am here. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for that inspirational and motivational talk. Now it's time to introduce the stars of the day, our awardees. I'll go in the order. The awardee for the year 2020 is Dr. V. Madhukar Mallayya. With over 40 years of experience, Dr. Mallayya retired as Professor and Head of DST FIST sponsored Postgraduate and Research Department of Mathematics at Mar Ivanius College, Trivandrum. He is currently working as a Professor and Head of the Department of Mathematics, Science and Humanities at Mohandas College of Engineering and Technology, again in Trivandrum. His research interest includes history of mathematics, Indian mathematics in general, and Kerala mathematics in particular, numerical analysis, infinite series, and magic squares. Worked as a research associate on a 3-year UK-based international research project on Kerala mathematics, sponsored by Arts and Humanities Research Board and University of Exeter, UK. He has published more than 100 papers in various national and international journals, produced many PhD scholars, participated and delivered invited talks at various national and international conferences, seminars, and workshops. He is on the panel of many peer-reviewed mathematics journals, also served as member, Board of Studies in Mathematics, Kerala University, Chairman, Board of Examiners for various university examinations, and a life member of various mathematical societies. It's just a very brief glimpse of his wonderful career. And now I'd invite Vishakha to introduce you to the second awardee.
I would like to introduce you all to Dr. Sreeram Chauthaiwale, Chairperson, Curriculum Focus Group Mathematics in NCERT, New Delhi, the awardee of the Madhava Ganitha Puraskar for the year 2021. Professor Sreeram ji retired from Amolakchand College affiliated to Amravati University. He is the All India Convener of Vedic Ganit Shiksha Nyas, New Delhi. He is also the member of Vedic Ganit team Vidya Bharati and Indian Society for History of Mathematics. He has also been the Chief Faculty in Teachers Training Program of Vedic Mathematics and Art of Living International Center, Bangalore. He has published over 40 research papers and 6 books, and has also delivered talks on history of Indian mathematics and Vedic mathematics in national and international conferences, seminars, and workshops. He has also been a part of 10-episode TV series on Vedic mathematics for UGC FRUTA Jnanaranjan channel. It is a great privilege for Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth to host these two distinguished personalities today.
May I request Professor Ajay Kapoor ji to confer the award to Dr. V. Madhukar Mallayya, the 2020 Madhava Ganitha Puraskar award winner. Thank you, sir. And may I request Dr. Prasad ji to confer the award to Sreeram Chauthaiwale, the 2021 Madhava Ganitha Puraskar award winner. So may we request again for a photograph. Okay. It's in which language?
Sanskrit.
Then I would request a Sanskrit faculty maybe. Dikshita can. So I invite Dikshita, our MA student, to read the Kirti Patram. Yes, which is why I called you.
श्री कीर्तिपत्रं भारतदेशस्य प्राक्कलिको महिमातिशयो जनानाम् अवबोधनेन प्रबुद्धः प्राप्तोन्मेषः सन् यदा प्रज्वलिष्यति तावन्तं कालं युष्माभिर्निरन्तरं प्रयत्नः कर्तव्यः। अयमेव जनानाम् अभ्युदय हेतुभूतो देशीय विद्याभ्यास संप्रदायः। तस्यैव प्रचारेण देशीय अवबोधः जनेषु जागृयात् इतीदं श्रीमतां विवेकानन्दस्वामिपादानाम् उद्बोधनं नैष्ठिकं व्रतम् इव परिपालयन्तो महर्षिकल्पाः विराजन्ते। श्री डॉक्टर श्रीराम मुरलीधर चौथाईवाले, तदनन्तरं श्री डॉक्टर मधुकर मल्लय्य, सम अधिगत गणितशास्त्र समस्त तत्वानां 14 शतके केरलेषु लब्ध जन्मनां दिगंत विश्रांत यशसां संगमग्राम वास्तव्यानां माधवाचार्याणां स्मरणार्थं कल्पितोऽयं संगम माधव पुरस्कारः। संवत्सरेऽस्मिन् प्रागुक्तेभ्यः श्री डॉक्टर श्रीराम मुरलीधर चौथाईवाले, तदनन्तरं श्री डॉक्टर मधुकर मल्लय्य महाभागेभ्यः राष्ट्रीय प्रौद्योगिक संस्थान कोळिकोड निर्देशकेन श्री प्रोफेसर प्रसाद कृष्ण महाभागेन सादरं समर्प्यते। भारतीय शास्त्र पारंपर्य भानुमण्डलस्य समावरणत्वेन वर्तमानम् अज्ञाततिमिरं कर्म वैचक्षण्य रूप प्रकाश प्रवाहेन दूरं समुत्सार्य जगत् प्रकाशकं तच्चैतन्यं समुद्धर्तुं अनवरतं प्रयतमाना वेदगणितोपासकाः श्री डॉक्टर श्रीराम मुरलीधर चौथाईवाले महाभागाः, श्री डॉक्टर मधुकर मुरलीकर महाभागाः जगतां प्रेरणास्त्रोतरूपेण अचन्द्रतारम् अवतिष्ठन्ताम् इति प्रार्थयामः.
Thank you so much, Deekshita. You read it well, much better than I would ever have. It's not my forte. With that, we move on to the event that we have been waiting for. Let's hear from the award winners. May I request the award winners to come and address the gathering. We'll start with the 2020 winner, Shri Madhukar Mallayya ji. May I request you to come to the podium and kindly address the gathering.
All the dignitaries on and off the dais, and my dear children. I will take only less than a minute just to thank the Madhava Ganitha Kendram for presenting this award to me in the name of the famous Kerala mathematician and astronomer Sangamagrama Madhava, declared on the day, that is the National Mathematics Day, the birth date of another great mathematical genius, Srinivasa Ramanujan. So I feel honored, and I thank the organizers for awarding the same to me. I also thank the Chinmaya International Foundation and the CVV for organizing this ceremony here. I would like to express my wish that the Madhava Ganitha Kendram be raised to the level of Madhava Ganitha Gaveshana Kendram. That is, raise it to the level of a research center, and I think the central government will be able to provide the sufficient support for that. So I wish that from the bottom of my heart, and I would like to see that it come true. Thank you all for doing it.
Thank you, Madhukar ji, and we also wish Madhava Ganitha Kendram to soon be a research center. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Sreeram ji to address the gathering, and I'm sure you all must have interacted with him in the morning, so please.
अस्मिन् व्यासपीठे उपस्थिताः सर्वे व्यासावताराः, समवेताः सर्वे विद्वज्जनाः, मामकाः योत्सवाः, बान्धवाः भगिन्याः च विद्यार्थी मित्राणि च। अधुना कथनसौकर्यार्थं तथा च आकलनसौकर्यार्थं आङ्ग्लभाषां वदामि। I'm little bit thrilled and excited when I received the news of this award. There are two reasons. One was I had been there in Madhava's Gram few years back, and then secondly, the institution where this function is going on, I have a long association. long association in the sense that when I was student, some BSc, first year or second year in Nagpur, I was lucky enough to have a darshan of Swami Chinmayanandaji personally and listen him for continuous 8 days on Bhagavad Gita chapter 12. That memory, whatever he explained that time while explaining that Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, still perish in my mind. Abhyas, what we mean by abhyas, what we mean by daksha, what we mean by anirdeshya, etc., etc., from that chapter. That is why I was little bit excited to come here. Second thing, and my experience was not that different. I asked some questions to students in the morning, and I was not surprised to listen their answer. Only because when I asked, do you know Madhava? Do you know Jeshtadevan? Do you know Uttumana Somayaji? All Kerala great mathematicians. Hardly one student has raised hand, oh, I know Madhava at least. It was not the fault of the students, I don't consider it. It was fault of our side, that we have not given them a correct perspective of the subject. So, such functions and such occasions are there. So I request and suggest again to all the students and listeners and faculty members to go through the Indian history of mathematics thoroughly. Being a part of the syllabus committee in coming NEP, there is a provision of Indian knowledge systems, and government is advocating for it very strongly. I also request all of you to study history of mathematics. I request authorities of universities here, particularly to Honourable Vice-Chancellor, to start at least a certificate course or a diploma course, or if not possible, credit course in university on this subject, so that student will study, faculty members will also study these subjects. Once again, I thank you everybody. And in Sanskrit, it is said that Madhuna Samupayet. So I will have a short story for you, because students are there. My teacher has become little bit excited again. Swami Bharati Krishna Tirtha ji was the founder of the Vedic mathematics world. He has written the book Vedic Mathematics. One day, one disciple asked him, when they were studying before the image of Goddess Saraswati, and Swamiji asked that disciple of that gathering, what is the significance of the book in the hands of Goddess Saraswati? Saraswati Vidya ki devata hoti hai. It is a goddess of learning. It is a common reply what that disciple has given to him, Swamiji. But Swamiji says, no, this is insufficient answer. It is goddess of, Saraswati is goddess of learning. Definitely true. But the book in the hands of that goddess Saraswati signifies that goddess of learning is still learning. I hope you will understand what I want to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and for leaving especially food for thought for us. With that, we are approaching the end of the event, and I would like to invite Shri Devin Das. He is the State Coordinator, Veda Ganitha Vidyabhyasa Vichara Kendra, to deliver the vote of thanks. Surprise. We have a small event also. the Madhava Ganitha Kendra would like to donate some books to Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth Library. And to do that, I would like to invite both of you, Vinodji and Ajayji. Ajayji to receive and Vinodji to provide the gift. Thank you so much.
വേദിയിലും സദസ്സിലും ഉപവിഷ്ടരായിട്ടുള്ള ആദരണീയരായ വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളെ, അധ്യാപകരെ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്നേഹ നമസ്കാരം. ആദിശങ്കരാചാര്യ ജന്മം കൊണ്ട ഈ മണ്ണിൽ സ്വാമി ചിന്മയാനന്ദൻ ചിന്മയ ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ്റെ കർമ്മഭൂമിയാക്കി മാറ്റിയ ഈ പുണ്യഭൂമിയിൽ ഇന്ന് മാധവ ഗണിത പുരസ്കാര സമർപ്പണം നടക്കുമ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ പിറകിൽ ഒരുപാട് പേരുടെ അധ്വാനവും അനുഗ്രഹങ്ങളുമുണ്ട്. ആദ്യമായി നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ചടങ്ങിൽ അനുഗ്രഹ പ്രഭാഷണം നടത്തിയ ചിന്മയ ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ്റെ പരമാചാര്യൻ സ്വാമി ശാരദാനന്ദ സ്വാമിജിക്ക് ചിന്മയ വിശ്വവിദ്യാപീഠത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലും മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലുമുള്ള നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. അധ്യക്ഷ ഭാഷണം നടത്തിയ ശിക്ഷാ സംസ്കൃതി വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ് ദേശീയ സഹസംയോജകൻ ശ്രീ എം എ വിനോദ് മാഷിന് CVVയുടെ പേരിലും മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലുമുള്ള നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥി ചിന്മയ വിശ്വവിദ്യാപീഠ് വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഡോക്ടർ അജയ് കപൂർ. അജയ് സാറിനും മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലും ചിന്മയ വിശ്വവിദ്യാപീഠിൻ്റെ പേരിലും ഇവിടെ കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്ന ഓരോരുത്തരുടെ പേരിലുമുള്ള നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു സർ. മുഖ്യപ്രഭാഷണം നടത്തിയ ഡോക്ടർ പ്രസാദ് കൃഷ്ണ. അദ്ദേഹം കാലിക്കറ്റ് NIT ഡയറക്ടറാണ്. ഒരുപാട് തിരക്കുകൾക്കിടയിലും നമ്മുടെ ഈ കൊച്ചു ചടങ്ങിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ വലിയ മനസ്സ് കാണിച്ച അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് CVVയുടെ പേരിലും മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലുമുള്ള നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു സർ. പുരസ്കാരം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങിയ ഡോക്ടർ വി മധുകർ മല്ലയ്യ സർ, ഡോക്ടർ ശ്രീറാം ചൗത്തായിവാലെ, ശ്രീറാംജി, രണ്ടുപേർക്കും അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങൾ അറിയിക്കുന്നതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ചടങ്ങിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ സമയം കണ്ടെത്തി ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്നതിന് പുരസ്കാരം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങിയതിനും നന്ദി അറിയിച്ചുകൊള്ളുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു സർ. വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്കുള്ള സമ്മാനദാനം നിർവഹിച്ച CVVയുടെ രജിസ്ട്രാർ ഡോക്ടർ രാഹുൽ ശർമ്മ, അദ്ദേഹത്തിനും ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രവുമായി സഹകരിച്ച് മാധവ ഗണിത പുരസ്കാര സമർപ്പണം എന്നിവിടെ നടത്തിയത് ചിന്മയ വിശ്വവിദ്യാപീഠിൻ്റെ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റാണ്. എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ HOD ഡോക്ടർ പ്രമോദ് ദിനകർ സാർ, ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൻ്റെ പ്ലാനിംഗ് തൊട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഒപ്പം പ്രവർത്തിച്ച അധ്യാപിക ഡോക്ടർ ബിന്ദു MP, മറ്റ് അധ്യാപകർ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ എല്ലാവർക്കും മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലുള്ള നന്ദി അറിയിച്ചുകൊള്ളുന്നു. ഇവിടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഗണിത പുരസ്കാര ചടങ്ങ് സാർത്ഥകമാക്കിയ ചിന്മയ വിശ്വവിദ്യാപീഠിൻ്റെ മറ്റ് പ്രവർത്തകർ, ചിന്മയ ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തകർ, ഇന്നിവിടെ ക്ലാസ് എടുത്ത നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട കുട്ടികൾ നന്ദിത, നിവേദിത എന്നിവർക്കും മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലും CVVയുടെ പേരിലുമുള്ള നന്ദി അറിയിച്ചുകൊള്ളുന്നു. ഇന്നത്തെ ചടങ്ങ് ഏറ്റവും അനുഗ്രഹീതമാക്കിയത് വിവിധ വിദ്യാലയങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നും ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന അധ്യാപകരും വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുമാണ്. നിങ്ങളുടെ സ്നേഹസാന്നിധ്യം കൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ ചടങ്ങ് ഒരു അവിസ്മരണീയമായ ചടങ്ങായി മാറിയത്. ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന എല്ലാ അധ്യാപകർക്കും വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾക്കും മാധവ ഗണിത കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പേരിലും ചിന്മയ വിശ്വവിദ്യാപീഠിൻ്റെ പേരിലും നന്ദി അറിയിച്ചുകൊള്ളുന്നു. ആരുടെയെങ്കിലും പേര് പരാമർശിക്കാൻ വിട്ടുപോയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് മനഃപൂർവ്വമല്ല, ഒരു ഓർമ്മക്കുറവായി മാത്രം പരിഗണിച്ച് ക്ഷമിക്കണമെന്ന് അഭ്യർത്ഥിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Let me also thank Shri Divindas ji for proposing the word of thanks. I extend my thanks to each one of you once again on behalf of Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapeeth. I request Prabhavati ji to recite the closing prayer.
Oh पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
Thank you for joining us today for the event. I wish everyone a blissful evening. Hari Om. Announcement. Thank you so much.